boy. You like that? You like that? I like that.
That is very offensive.
Hola, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of TACT Lab, where I am normally surrounded by three great friends, and currently we're not because the coronavirus is still controlling our day-to-day lives. I know I mention this every single episode, but it is always the problem in society now, and it could be what controls society from here on out. The Bill Gates of the world is behind all this. Apparently, he is the big cock that is fucking the world. He is so powerful and so rich that he is basically going to mandate a world vaccine, but then it'll also turn into a world police. It'll turn into a police world, not just a police state. It'll be a one world order run by the Gates Foundation. So it's still a problem. We're still separated, but we're not going to let it hold everything back. We're going to give you guys quality program week after week, and hopefully, when Thomas gets his badass new house, we'll get over there and we will get together and we'll get the four horsemen back on their horses, riding together, raping and pillaging town to town, burning it down, baby.
Not the first one.
Not too far?
We don't do that.
But you know what's awesome about this day? It's May 4th, right, boys?
Uh-huh.
And do we do the nerdy thing? May the 4th be with you? Or do we say, no, fuck that. That's for nerds. What do we do?
It's for the nerds.
May the Force be with you.
May the 4th be with you. It's I always
say
say it's
like
a
Yoda,
lisp.
The 4th with you, May.
I think it's a lisp thing. Like,
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
Actually, the Empire started on the 13th galactic year, so
I want to ask.
It wasn't May 4th.
I want to ask. This is a surprise question, Thomas. I'm starting with you. What is your favorite Star Wars moment?
Oh, my favorite Star Wars moment?
Yes.
That would have to be whenever the credits rolled on the very last movie.
That was the
Okay, Chris, what's your favorite Star Wars moment?
All right, there's a tie between unlimited power and Master Annie. There's too many of them. What are we to do? And then you just see.
Okay, Alex, what's your favorite moment?
The very first 10 minutes of Phantom Menace when he goes, "That cannot be true. The trade negotiations."
That's a good one.
All right. Mine.
Wait, wasn't that just The Last Samurai?
No, he's a
Yes. A white man cannot be a samurai. He is American.
was in the Jedi.
Sorry, Tyler. What was your favorite part?
Well, mine, we've spoke about it. I've spoke about it. It's when Vice Admiral Holdo in The Last Jedi, where she jumps to light speed and she jumps through all the fucking Imperial ships, slicing every one of them in half. And you know what it did to me? We were all watching it. You know, it's completely silent. It happens, and then that noise.
You came.
So Thomas, find that noise and put it in. Unless you think mine is right on the mud. It left
keep
me.
that one.
It left
that
me
was better.
speechless in the movie theater. Did it kind of strike a chord inside of you guys, or was? I mean, it was a powerful moment.
I love
I
the
was just
scene,
like, bitch finally did something.
but in my
Cinematically,
mind, I'm like, why didn't people just start doing this the rest of the movies? Just start light
still-
speed.
Well, it's-
fucking other ship.
that would be expensive. That would
They're
be
at
pretty.
the last resort. Nothing's left.
And
That's all they got.
more expensive than
Do you
let's
think
build
it-
a big weapon 5 times and blow it
Do
up?
you think it would do the same damage no matter what the ship size was? If you had a little
Yeah.
ship that went it'd do the same damage, right?
Yeah.
So you don't
ever
have to have a
seen,
big ship.
If you had a
could
grain
have
of
a
sand
whole-
go light speed through the Earth, it would just go through the Earth and explode us. Like
So,
physics.
theoretically, you could have a whole
Star Wars
fleet
didn't
of
have physics,
objects
though.
that can go light speed, and you just get these objects out there to a fucking whole fleet of Imperial ships and just light speed them through them. Just fucking yeet through.
Eat through. And everyone's dead. Everybody's fucking dead.
If you remember, though, the physics in Star Wars, they did banks in outer space
Okay.
where there's no
All right.
gravity.
They also have wings.
Okay, so
They also
banks
have
in
wings
outer
on
space,
spaceships.
that's
Experience.
They also
And they didn't have thrusters and stuff to stabilize their ships. They just had backwards facing boosters. They
It's
didn't have
magnets.
stabilizers.
magnets hell.
Where's my pizza rolls? I gotta watch the TV show. Like that.
May the force be with you. You know what I think?
in the oven for me. It's Tostitos.
Why do they have? How
Say
can they
Little
get
Nicky.
bombers? How can they get bombers over a fucking destroyer? How do
in
the
your
bombs
flesh.
drop down
in your
in space?
flash.
How do the bombs drop down in space? You have to have
Oh,
a
yeah.
missile.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just hit the roof. It's like
Why can't you just have? Why don't you just invest and buy fucking long range missiles so you don't have to fucking take your whole fucking fleet of bombers over top of the enemy's fucking ship? It's so stupid.
First of all,
bombs are
bombs in
built
space
out of-
don't fall straight down.
They don't fall straight down. I just mentioned that. Thanks for reiterating.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
and they don't explode with no oxygen either.
There's no
They're built
fire.
out of metal that uses negative gravity
Magnets. What he's talking about.
Oh,
or magnets. I guess.
Powerful
all the
magnets.
all the bombs are together,
this.
and they're magnets, and then it lets go, and it's like negative
Dark
magnet
matter.
Shit.
That's what.
Oh
it's
yeah,
always.
and it's propelled. The magnets propel it in a certain direction. I see where you're going.
oh, like
Chris.
it pushes it out of the ship. It doesn't fall. The ship pushes it.
Yeah. So how dare you talk shit about Rose Tico?
the most
well,
She
useless
was irrelevant.
character.
R.I.P. Vice Admiral Holdo. She sacrificed. She did a big thing, and it was cinematically amazing.
Should have been Leah.
I loved it.
Narratively, it should have been Leah, but what do I know?
Leia should have died on the bridge when it got blown up. But
I think she should have just listened to Poe.
Is Leia dead in the movie?
Yeah, dude.
at the very
died.
last one,
In the last
died.
one, she just like went to bed and died. Have you
Oh,
not
yeah,
seen
yeah.
the last one?
Yeah, and then her ghost comes back, right?
Yeah, no.
Guess I go sleep out here and didn't wake up.
I did tear up at that scene. When the ship ripped through the other ships. I was like, couldn't breathe. It was so amazing for me.
Did you have a stroke?
Well, you have you ever seen the nerds watching the trailer of the Star Wars trailers at a con, and they're like,
So that's when you do the Mentos and the Coke. It's like
in their faces. They're just
I wonder how many of them had maxi pads in their underwear. Like they take a maxi pad and put it on the front of their underwear so they don't get cream all over their jeans.
Thomas, oh yeah, you said it
about?
was fucking your computer up. I was gonna have you do the nerd reaction to the Star Wars movies, but don't fuck up your computer. Don't crash.
Yeah, it's okay.
I have to say though, so our favorite moments, 2 people like the sequel trilogy and 2 people like the prequels. No one likes the original
I'm
trilogy.
pretty sure Thomas said he liked the end credits.
So
Yeah, when it was over.
I was being sarcastic.
Mine was very satirical.
oh, that's a great time. We were assured.
They cannot do that. They are the Jedi. They cannot do that.
Oh, poison
Yeah.
the Jedi.
No, if we really want to talk, my favorite part was when Luke came upon Uncle Owen and he was a skeleton. That was my favorite part.
He's like picking the skeleton up, like, oh, he's not really like cultured yet, so he's like, "What happened, Uncle Owen?" He's like
Yes,
moving.
I can go to Toshi Station.
It's really hot.
Uncle
He's
Owen,
like, this doesn't look like sand people did it.
I don't want to get droids. I want to go to the city.
I'm gonna go to Toshi Station with my friends.
He's a little bitch.
He's like trying to move Uncle Owen's loose jaw, and then it falls off, and he's like, "Uncle Owen."
And then Obi-Wan lies to him.
The entire
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, your father was a great man.
time. Too bad I dismembered him.
Oh, guys! So, what's the famous line from those movies of when Darth Vader tells Luke? What's the line?
I am your father.
No.
You got it. That's right.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks it's Luke. I am your father.
Oh, yeah, the
know it
Mandela
because
effect.
I'm a
The
little bit of Star Wars.
Mandela effect.
I only
You
know
got
that
it.
because I'm a little bit of a Star Wars nerd.
God damn it, you
Just
guys
a
are
little bit.
smart. You knew
Yes.
exactly where I was going. The Nelson
Bear-
Mandela effect.
Bear-stained bears. Bear-stained bears.
Yeah.
We should do a whole episode on... Okay, this is later. This is something else we'll do later.
Yeah, we'll have to save this because this is actually a long topic.
No, Thomas is right. I watched the cartoon, so I'm definitely a Star Wars nerd.
Risky business. Tom Cruise was never wearing sunglasses when he did
That
his
Slide
underwear.
across
That was
the
Top
floor.
Gun. That was Top Gun.
But everybody always wears sunglasses when they recreate that scene.
Oh. Well, that also brings up the question, is Top Gun a gay male movie?
Sure, why
Is
not?
Is Top Gun 2?
Why couldn't it? Why isn't
There
it?
better
I've
be
actually
some shirtless volleyball going on.
I actually read
With
into
Great
that.
Balls of Fire.
And Kilmer and Tom Cruise were at each other's throats during that movie. Hated each other, didn't hang out together. They had their own crews. They like their gangs that they would hang out with out at night.
The Kilmer,
So it's like
Kilmer
So
posse.
it's like Tyrese and The Rock and Fast and the
like-
Furious.
Yes.
West Side Story.
Cruise wouldn't hang out with Kilmer because Kilmer fucked off too much. He wanted to have a good time.
Yeah,
he was
party
a
guy.
loser. Cruise wanted to go back to his hotel room and study his lines and be a professional. That's what
No,
Kilmer said.
he was studying the sacred text.
Yeah, he was trying to get
Yeah.
that volcano
Yeah.
planet.
What
Yeah,
he was
Val
doing
Kilmer
this at
didn't.
night. He was like,
What is that?
that.
What are you doing to your teeth?
No, that's,
Go look at a Tom Cruise picture and tell me that
He has a
there's
middle
not a
tooth.
tooth in the middle of his face.
He has a middle tooth.
I guarantee you that guy was like, God, how can I fix this? And then he fixed it somehow with an extra tooth. He threw an extra tooth in there.
That's the power of Scientology.
Well, his first movie was when he was a fucking elf or something. Did you ever see that?
No.
Anybody ever seen the first Tom Cruise movie with his really fucked up teeth? Oh, it's like they're haggard. They're
up.
haggard. They're like trailer park teeth.
Oh, God. Meth Heath, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Endless Love?
before they got him.
It was his very first movie. And
Yeah, Endless Love in 1981.
yeah, it has to be. I mean, and is it
And then-
about oh yeah, Billy. Yeah. No, that's not it. What the fuck? Did they delete it off of his goddamn IMDb?
That's just what it says. It says he was in Endless Love, then Taps, then The Outsiders, and then Risky Business.
Dude, they deleted it off his
Never
IMDb.
happened. Mandela effect.
No,
it started.
it's called Legend. It's in 1985.
Oh, well, I was back in 1981.
What? So
Yeah.
was his teeth fucked up in what?
I don't know.
So look, Legend. There it is. Yeah, Jack. So look at Tom. Did you find it, Chris?
I think. Is that it?
That's his teeth. Yeah, and that's his fucking middle tooth.
that? What is that?
Dude, he didn't just go from Snaggletooth to Tom Cruise. He also looked like Butthead. Like look at the cheekbone. He
He's
looks
almost
like
got a
Butthead.
unibrow too.
He just spent there and be like, science is cool.
I really like science.
That's awesome.
It's cool. Yeah, he was atrociously ugly, and somehow he is the hottest man in the world at the age of 60 somehow.
Lizard skin.
It's called eating babies. And yeah, lizard. He's a fucking reptilian now. Somehow they converted him to a reptilian, or he eats a baby a day to keep the
They
age
killed him
away.
and brought him
I
back.
think
A
Tom
baby a
Cruise
day
as we
keeps
know
the
it-
age away.
I think the Tom Cruise we know died in 90. When is that? 85. And they replaced him with the one on the right.
We will
The
make him
perfect
better, stronger.
Like, they used his left front tooth as a DNA sample.
He's the million peso man.
Dude, look
Okay,
at
so-
seriously, look at that. That dude on the right is fucking hot as shit. The dude on the left is into drugs and is robbing stores for $5 and is not doing
What was
well
that?
with his life.
What was that vampire movie?